Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for The Big Short, which stars Ryan Gosling, Christian Bale, Brad Pitt, who else? Who's the other guy? Christian Bale, Brad Pitt, um, and Stephen Carell. So yeah, those are the only ones worth mentioning, to be honest. There are a few other guys here, but they're really not worth mentioning. And yeah. 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. That never gave you a fair warning because as usual, I did. So as usual, quick synopsis, legs into 6, and then the rates. So basically, this is focused on the banking crash or whatever, the the budget bank credit crash, market crash, stock market crash that happened back in the early 2000s, and it's basically a bunch of four stories of four. It's kind of let's say two different stories of these of a bunch of different stockbrokers and investors and accountants or whatever. We're trying to benefit off this because the house market bubble is gonna explode, and yeah, something like that. And yeah. I'll say this much: there are good performances. There are some pretty good performances. That's basically the best thing I could say. Yeah. Okay. Here's my major issue: the writing. I the writing. It's filled with this jargon, basically. It's filled with this accountant banking jargon that you just don't understand. You just don't give a shit for it. And when they're saying, "Oh yeah, the stock market's gonna crash because of this, and that," and it says this is happening, this happens because of this, and that happens because of that, and this happens because of this. And it's just really hard to follow because they're using all these banking terms, which you don't really know what they mean, to be honest. Um, so you really don't know what's going on. Uh, so yeah, and then also the way this is shot, it kind of reminds me of The Office, the show which Stephen Carell is in it, to be honest, as well. It has kind of that feel, like it kind of feels like the Office, where they're kind of trying to do it like almost as a docudrama or whatever. Sometimes it's really weird style and the way it's shot, it's really weird. You have times where the character kind of breaks the fourth wall, looks to the camera and says like, "Oh, and by the way, this didn't exactly happen like this. It happened more like this, and that. But you know, whatever. Just for the second movie, we're doing this because bullshit." And at times it's kind of comedic. At other times it's stupid. I didn't really care for this film. I didn't really know what this film was gonna be going into it. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I had no idea what this film was about going into it. I just knew I had to do something about banking off the trailers, and that's it. And it had some good performances, but that's really all I can say. It had some good performance. I mean, I can't really talk about this film because I have no idea what this film is theoretically about. I know it just has to do about banking. The the mortgage market crash of like 2008 and whatever. They talk about housing mortgage or whatever, and it's just kind of hard to follow in my opinion. And I was just kind of uninterested, and I was trying to pay attention. And there were some things I kind of picked up. I'm like, and I kind of understood, and that's really like you understand a few things, but not that much. And it's kind of I just felt really uninterested, uninterested. Um, and yeah, and it's not that I don't give a shit about the topic. If there was a good movie that would interest me in the topic, then sure, I would watch it and I would like it. But I just feel like the execution wasn't really that good. It didn't really topic didn't really intrigue me, and there's no real way that the movie helped me intrigue of that topic. So yeah, it's a pretty bad film. I just good performances. That's all I can say. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. It's pretty good. It has a few comedic moments, but aside from that, aside from a few good performances, aside from a few comedic moments, there's not really much I can say positive about this film. And yeah, that's basically it for now. subscribe, comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. Have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.